Hey. I'm working on getting stuff set up real quick. I'm just kind of getting to that point in my day where I'm like, hey, it's 1 p.m. You have to accomplish things. You know, before you fail to do things all day, and that becomes a bigger problem, and it spirals into itself, and it's why we're not playing the Outer Worlds today! Because, you know, believe it or not, I'm a goof. There we go. Not the dynamic mask. Let's have some kind of lighting today. Off the eyes. That. Oh, no game capture today. Will, however, be... Oh. Okay. So many windows open. Why do I have so many windows open? There we go. There it is. Okay. Alright. Mom and Dan. Hi. Welcome, everybody. Sanguinary may be joining me today, as they are in a very similar situation to me, as far as I can tell. Where we're just gonna be doing stuff. As always, this is gonna BYOT stream, so if y'all got a account, you can listen along. I'm gonna send that invite to Admiral Chat. But remember, I'm not allowed to rebroadcast it, even if you listen through the... I don't understand music licensing, and I don't want to. I am having a wild day. I am recovering from, I think, maybe having some mild brain damage. I say it with an air of seriousness, but what it was, we had Just Poster Society this morning, as we always do on Sunday mornings. And we're having a verbal conversation about some technical stuff. I was typing to Commodore about some technical stuff, and one of my favorite streamers popped into my inbox to offer me some commission work. And I had a very technical conversation about that, and there was just so much going on that, like, I felt a snap back to reality as someone asked me specifically a question, and my head has been warm all day after drinking like 4 cups of coffee on no breakfast before this went down. So, oh man, I felt it. I am still feeling it. It was an event, to be sure. Just woofa-doofa, everybody! God dang! Woo! Yeah, like, I'm glad that I'm, back. I'm glad that I'm feeling a little bit better. But, like, there was a moment there where... Oh, I just broke. Okay. Alright. Oh, I should also do a tweet. Alright, and then a tweet. So this is gonna be a different... God, I'm still doing it! I'm still doing 4 things at once! Wobbles! Wobbles, stop! Wobbles! Ah! Quit! Okay, I've closed everything down. I have my music that I want to listen to. It's BYOT. For everybody else, sorry. That's just how music licensing works when you're a streamer. And... Hi. Hi, everybody. Hi. We're doing art today. Deal. I know we've been doing Outer Worlds, but I need to get this done. I have an opportunity to maybe go to MagFest and room with some very cool people while I'm there. Yeah, goodbye Splash Screen Tunes. I hope everybody has clicked listen along on my joint Spotify link that I dropped in the Discord. Y'all can listen to some motivational jams. One of these days, I'll also have enough desk space that I don't throw off my my facial capture. One of these days, we'll finish the 3D model for facial capture. One of these days, one of these days, one of these days, one of these days, one of these. I have so many things to do. Oh, okay. Alright. Okay, alright. Very good. Okay, so let's talk about what I have to do today. I have received multiple commissions. I'm sure that those of you who have been following me for some amount of time know that I am the achievement icon maker for Waves of Steel, and I'm going to put that on the side burner, because that does not have too much of a deadline, I don't think, yet, or I will be yelled at when it gets closer. And I have received one commission for a painting of somebody's Shadowrun character, which is what I intend to work on today, assuming that I can make some good progress with my brain as half-burnt as it is. Done a couple of little warm-up doodles today, which gotta be in the Discord if you want to see those. So, this is sort of a gritty piece. Their character was dealing with like a cybernetic serial killer, and it's a pretty compelling idea for the most part. It's just sort of outside of my usual thing. It's also a very complicated pose. So this is what we have sort of decided upon for the pose, and I'm going to be doing everything in my power to make it look as I always do, to whatever effect it may get. I'm going to try to dive in and do this one, I think, in sort of a messier painting style. We're going to grab the Chandal. I do also want to open up the previous mission work that I did. So I have to find it inside of my heart. Boop, boop, boop. Also, feel free to chat at me with stuff that's off topic. I will be dividing my brain space in such a way that I can remain functional. I have it in commands. There it is. Yes. So we... Oh no. I have 2 files named master. Why do I do this to myself? There we go. This is the one. There we go. So some of y'all may remember these characters. We are coming back here. Okay. I just gotta remember character design. Plug suit, Katana Sward. Got it. Sort of a peachy, lightish red kind of ensemble. Can I just steal the colors directly? Yes, I can. Nice. So how's everybody else doing? Because I keep damaging my brain space by pulling myself in too many directions. But I also just have a lot of directions to be pulled these days. I'm having tons of very cool things happen to me. Also, if you see any slowdown with these broad brushstrokes, it is because we're working on a very large canvas. These things, they happen. We've also got a whole bunch of, color stretch and blending and stuff that's going on. It's that sort of thing. speed up the... Yes, I can. There we go. Just gotta get all the color blending sort of out of there. Smoother than that. We'll come back in and get the texture and shading. As we can make time for it. Oh no. Ugh! Did that thing on the wrong layer again. Let us undo what we've got. Okay. What if we name our layers? There we go. Perfect. I know that it's been a little bit since we've done one of these art streams here. And occasionally I just have to do one and remind people that, no, actually, I don't just play video games. I do lots of stuff. And right now, kind of attempting to raise some funds. Not because I'm financially insecure particularly, although I am a little broke at the moment, to be, if I'm being very honest with everybody. But I've got an opportunity to split a room at MagFest with some cool dudes. I'm really excited to maybe scrounge together the cash to do that. And I've got a few commissions sitting in my inbox right now that it would be darn neato to finish up and get the cash for. And see if maybe I can't get over there to their MagFest. Yep, since yesterday. Yeah, it's always interesting for me because this stuff never happens like at a convenient time because I work that Saturday shift, right? So, you know, somebody will just send me a nice casual message on a Saturday morning and I'm just like, "Oh yeah, hey, this is cool. I like talking to this person." And then they'll drop an opportunity on me and I'm like, "I have no agency and I would like to act now." All right. Boop, boop. So I'm trying to avoid super clean line work for the most part with this piece. Because I feel like the frantic nature of the core idea is better served by something a little more, Oh, I already did that. That happened months ago. Well, not months ago. So the way that one worked out is somebody asked how much it cost to jump to the head of my queue and get work done immediately. Right? And I quoted them an outrageous price, and they paid me for it. So, I'm pretty stoked about that one. Like, look, everybody who has ever told me that, like, oh, $35 an hour is outrageous, I have been paid $100 an hour, so, put that in your pipe and choke on it. Nobody here has ever had the bad taste to tell me that, so, don't worry too much about it. But at the same time, like, hot dog. The amounts of boldness that I have increased by are exorbitant following this incident. So we're starting with flats, and then we'll do shading later. And I really want this to continue to look frantic and scattered. Yeah, Pronto paintings done proper pricey. Exactly. Like the people who are there, I you know, it's difficult in some ways to like talk about the business end of being like a commissions based artist or a freelancer, right? Because I also run this space where, we have like a delightful community, but like to be totally real, like the people that are doing the commissions, right, that I'm most excited to work on are very consistently already a part of the community, right? And this isn't to say that like, oh, well, I'm judging people who like come to me from outside of my community and like don't know me super well or anything, but it's much easier to discuss what I'm capable of and like where I can work with you or for you and like in what capacities to somebody who kind of just already knows. The 5 P's of art. Pay me.
Pay PayPal, pay immediately.
PayPal, Patreon, pay me now, pay me half up front.
And then the extremely long-winded but very good word, pay me or I'll break your legs.
Pay me what I'm charging. There we go. All right. I think I know how I can sort that out here in a little bit. All right. Pop back over here. I'm gonna grab this lighter gray color, sort of ochre. Look at the costume design that we were working with before. Okay. And lock opacity. The fact that the hair is on one layer means that we will have to do some of that hair again.
Oh, like the hair's crossing over with the body, so you'll have to redo it?
Yeah, and it's got a little bit of blending properties going on. Also, Sanguinary is joining me today because they're also in the same sphere of got some work to do, need to make sure that I do it.
Yeah, I just need to do anything at all instead of doing nothing at all, so,
Yeah, welcome to what your Saturdays look like if you do decide to become an artist, folks.
And Sundays.
Oh yeah, it's Sunday. It's not Saturday. It's only Saturday for me, guy who works on Saturdays.
It's only Saturday, but that's the only weekend. Sort of.
Yeah, this is the only day. Trim up some of this later.
Hatch, peck, credit card, debit card.
Oh, I love brush smoothing so much. It's so good. It's so strong. Glad that I'm starting today with a pretty strong undersketch. I feel like that's an underappreciated thing.
Especially like as much as it like betrays you when you turn it off, it's better than just kind of like outright going for it.
Yeah,
Just work out all of the bad first.
yeah. It's because so the thing, right, is that you have to think about it in the number of details that you stacked onto an image, right? And if you
Mm-hmm.
have stacked a whole bunch of details on and you're not ready to like move forward with it, then you're going to run into this problem where now you have to like move all of your details while you're adjusting things. And like copy and paste functions can do that for you, and you can get some distance with them, but it is incredibly difficult. So I'm going to do this arm on a background layer because we are going to have a character sort of interacting and intersecting between layers here. Nope. What? No, I don't want to cut the layer. I want to rename the layer. That's what F2 is, rename. This is a Windows hotkey. Heavens to Betsy. Oh man, I love listening to Tupperware Remix Party while I work. The fact that I can now split off the Discord audio specifically, which hang on, make a noise.
Okay, I'm making a noise.
It's working.
Okay.
Oh god. Oh, thank goodness. But the fact that I can now split that off, like, it's very nice.
It did break like 5 seconds before going on stream last night, so I understand the panic.
I just had to make sure. I had to make sure. Alright, so we got some of this going on. Oop. That's too much of that. I will say that when I'm taking commissions, I do end up getting outside of my comfort zone a lot, right? And this illustration is definitely outside of there. I'm usually not like a pretty lady drawer.
Mm-hmm.
For a lot of the same reasons that like you've had issues with some of your own work on stream. You're just like, oh man, like
this does not look right.
Yeah. Somewhere out there, somebody has a body that is ostensibly similar to this, and I hate to think that I am disrespecting them somehow.
Yeah, right now there is a voluptuous redhead that's just waking up in whatever time zone she's in, and she's like, "Hi, somebody out there, fucking not know." And it's the exact same lady you're drawing, so she has a sword. So I'm sorry, Wobbles.
I'm
sorry. This is how it ends.
Doomed. I'm absolutely doomed. You ruined my day at Gorgeous Redhead watches your stream. Oh, fuck. Dang it!
I mean, statistically, there's got to be at least one.
See, everybody, this is the importance of why you word of mouth share people's streams, right? Because the more viewers we get watching my streams, the more opportunities I have for brilliant redheads to show up to them. That's just how it works.
Yeah.
Like, it's an accuracy by volume proposition, you know?
You need to fulfill, I just think of that Genji Ito comic, where this one guy was terrified of his doppelganger. Just what you're doing is just bringing the chance of a doppelganger coming in. One thing I want to make whenever I get access to like a real wood shop again is a proper drawing canvas thing, because the tablet is like way too low.
Oh, like an easel?
Yeah, kind of like you know how old school animation drawing boards, like it actually lifted up so ergonomically you weren't like hunched over like a gremlin the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
So just that, but yeah, that can just sit at my desk.
My tablet monitor has like a weird thing on the back that like holds it up for me. So mine is at like an appropriate angle, so I'm not gremlin illustrating on like a flat surface.
Yeah, that's the like part of the quote unquote price I paid for getting. I got like an X Pen,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the sister step down product to the Wacom.
Ah.
So it's missing a like that's kind of the part you pay off. It's like, okay, it's missing a bunch of these different kind of functionalities, but it's also like within a range you can afford.
Yeah, mine's a Huion and
Wham!
Huion. And it was graciously funded by all of you out there. Thank you. Thank you so much.
This is why we need a soundboard, just so you can do like the PBS bling funded by viewers like you.
I mean, I feel like I just say it enough out loud, or at least I would hope. Like I hope nobody here misunderstands the score, right? Like so there was a period, right, where I am doing streams and all these things, and I'm working on this 10-year-old computer, right? And I was able to say like, "Oh yeah, I have the freedom to kind of just do whatever I want. I'm not really beholden to anybody," right? Well, then my computer broke, which some of y'all may remember, including, me attempting to stream Doom off of a Lenovo ThinkPad from 2010.
Yeah, yeah.
And the community came together, and y'all gave me, I'm not kidding here, a $3,000 art computer. I am officially beholden to you as my audience, everybody. And some of y'all know who you are. like, it's so easy as a streamer. Well, not easy, because it fucking hurts when you think about it too loud in your head. To, like, think that you are howling into this void, right? And I spend not inconsiderable amounts of time telling people that, like, they should believe in themselves, and just reminding you that, hey, at some point in your life, like, you were kind of bullied out of your own creativity by either the expectations of fiscal success and return on them, or, just your own head telling you that, hey, you're not good enough because you're looking at people like Jack Kirby or I mean, fuck it, Zone Tan even, and you're saying these people have been working longer and harder and making these super polished things, whatever they may be. But the reality of the situation is that, like, you can just create for its own sake. It is a thing that you can do. And so to have that message so roundly given back to me in the form of people saying there's a chance that it might go away, and absolutely 100% ensuring that it didn't, is incredibly moving on my end. Like, y'all have no idea how much that means to me. Especially in such a saturated market of talent as the one that I find myself in so often. Just damn, y'all. Wow. Thank you. It's like so many times, thank you. It's the wrong brush. Sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. You're good.
But this is also, if you've ever had to put up with it, the reason that I'm constantly fucking calling people out on their self-deprecation posts. Because I know where that shit comes from. It comes from a very dark place. And I just want you to know, it feels as bad to hear it about you as it does to realize that that is how you think about yourself. And I like you. That's why I'm constantly such a fucking nag. Because, like, I don't know, those thoughts don't come from nowhere, There's nobody out there who isn't following up statements about what they do and who they are with, like, a self-deprecating remark that isn't doing it from a place that is clearly and plainly hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, that's my friend you're talking about there. Stop it. Anyway, for anybody who is joining based off of last night's performance where we said fuck a lot and drew a bunch of Dungeons & Dragon monsters, hi, my name's Wobbly Python, and I'll get super fucking heavy on you. But it's just because I like you, and I want you to just post. Just make art. Do cool things. Don't listen to the voice inside of your heart that tells you that you shouldn't. It's wrong. Unless you're making, like, you know, weird illegal pornography. At that point, maybe slow your roll. Just a bunch.
Mostly just crypto. Please don't do that.
Yeah, if you're making an NFT and you're pretending that's art, you're misguided in worse ways than I can ever help you with. In fact, if you like crypto, get the fuck out. Just right now. Before I am forced to get you the fuck out. 'Cause I'll do it. I'll frickin' do it. You know what? I want to do that shape. So this is one of those murder cyborgs that staples his face or your face to his face after he murders you. So we're gonna draw some stuff by the end of today, y'all.
Yeah, those dudes. I know those dudes.
Yeah, you know, everybody knows about that kind of cyborg. You know, you see him in the news, on the National Enquirer, being the president. You know, regular shit. God, I wish I could just stream a Tupper Remix Party at y'all. I wish so much that I could do that. I see you moving over there, chat. The dark future of trading cards.
Cryptic currency.
I got a Wayne Gretzky. No, I don't keep it in a zipper. I actually put it on my face. It's fine. I took it off the actual sports guy, Wayne Gretzky. You know what, we're just gonna commit. There we go. Went really hard to the evil cyborg aesthetic early on.
I mean, the song right now is pretty apt for that.
I'm telling you, like, if y'all aren't listening along through Spotify and via the Discord invite, you are missing out on a little bit. I would stream it if it weren't for the fact that I owe y'all to keep myself on the airwaves, and getting banned from YouTube while I'm starting a fucking war with Twitter and Twitch is not smart. It's a bad idea. I have to have at least one platform to stream on. But I don't want to move to Picarto.
Get yourself banned from all of them. All platforms.
Hi, I'm the streamer formerly known as Wobbly Python.
Totally not the same. Don't tell anyone.
Definitely not the same guy. Don't even pretend that I am the same guy. Because it's not true. It's not true. Days are over. See? There's so much applicable.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we touched on this last night, and I'm in the perfect opportunity to talk about it right now. Cyborgs would totally wear pants.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was that a thing we were going to talk about last night?
Yeah. We were talking about, like, you know, robots wearing cool capes. No, that was this morning. Sorry, not last night. That was during Just Posters.
Your brain broken.
I told you my brain did broken earlier. I told everybody. I tweeted about it. I was having a verbal conversation about something technical. I was having a text conversation about something technical. And then I had somebody come into my DMs and ask me if I would like to accept animation commissions based on their very cool persona that I already interact with and enjoy super a lot. And my brain just snapped the minute that Too Much Abstraction asked me, like, a specific question. Or, like, finished a thought. And, like, I feel super bad because I was completely unable to be listening. But, like, oh my god. My scalp has been tight. My head has been hot. My eye has burned for, like, a bit here. And time has collapsed into a single point. I'm experiencing the singularity. live. But anyway, robots, eyes, it's a thing. Robots, pants. So, alright, let's talk about the advantages of being biological and being mechanical, right? Because there's two different halves to this coin, right? So, when you're biological, what happens when you skin your knee? Over the course of, maybe a couple of weeks. A hot minute here and there.
I do like the idea of somebody, like, taking a couple of weeks, just slowly grinding their like, foot or their leg across the ground in horrible agony over a couple of weeks. But I know that's not what you were talking about. Like, it's gonna, like, hurt for a little bit. It's gonna scab over. You're gonna keep picking the scabs because you're a doofus.
Correct.
And it's gonna take... Yeah. And then it's gonna take forever to heal, but eventually you will heal. And then you'll either have a wicked scar, or it'll just go away.
Exactly. You'll heal, is the very short version of that. Right? And is that contiguous? I assume so. Apply to connected pixels only. Yes. Okay, I just had an open gap. There we go. So the idea is you'll heal. That's important. Hold that in your thought parts, everybody. When you're mechanical, if you skin your knee, what happens?
You tell Doc to take your pain limiters off?
No. It stays. You don't heal unless you're some sort of, like, biomechanoid. Which, is its own brand of cool, but, right, is probably kind of cost prohibitive and expensive, especially when you compare it to the state of modern robotics, where we're only seeing stuff like Big Dog, right? So let's say you want to minimize scuffing, right? You'd put on a cheap outer layer that is abrasion resistant. Like, I don't know, maybe some denim jeans, some fucking Carhartts, get some robot ass in them Wranglers, that big old biomechanical W on the backside.
You just really wanted to talk about robots and jeans, didn't you?
Well, that's the thing, right? Is that everybody's always like, oh man, why would a robot need a cape? Because it's incredibly functional! It's a super good idea! Oh, there's a bunch of sand blowing around, and I've got robot joints that are exposed machinery. What if I wrapped them in some kind of cloth? Brilliant! Genius! I'm an Einstein! Robots would totally wear, like, shirts, pants, as much cover-up as they could get, because anytime you scuff or abrade your outer layer, you are working towards exposing your inner layer where your machine bits are. All robots would wear pants, is what I am saying. Seeing a robot naked means you are in some kind of exceptionally clean facility. Exceptionally. Like, every time somebody posts, like, a military robot where it's got, like, a whole bunch of exposed, like, bits and bobs and parts, like, no! That thing would be absolutely covered in, like, a nylon netting! If only for the IR disturbances! You wanna hide its thermal signatures, as this thing's got, like, electronics that are gonna be buzzing and whirring the whole time, inside and outside. Like, there's so many reasons that a robot would wear pants! I'm tired of people thinking that it's a silly trope. No, robots would love ponchos.
And it just comes back to that again.
Master Chief wearing a poncho at the start of, I forget which trailer it was. Actually incredibly scientifically feasible. Exactly the kind of thing that Master Chief would probably do to limit maintenance during prolonged periods behind enemy lines.
Oh my god, dude.
Poncho.
Is this just like your bid to get a cape?
Yes. Okay. Absolutely, I would like to make capes popular again. If only because they're literally the cyber future. If you are into, like, techwear as a fashion genre, and you're sitting there disagreeing with me, you are not into techwear as a fashion statement. Limiting exposure of mechanical parts to the elements is a vital part of technology. That's why your computer is in a box and it's not just an array of parts on a scaffolding in your computer room.
So what you're telling me is, well, we need to give our computers capes. Got it.
Yeah. You know? Or like, hey, okay, all right, you know, all right, let me follow up. How many times have you had to clean your fan? And you've thought to yourself, man, some kind of netting to catch dust in front of my fan would limit the amount of fan cleaning that I have to do.
It usually comes down to, like, why do I like cats exactly? This keeps happening to me.
Maybe if there was some sort of layer of interference between the cat and your machinery parts, it would improve your experience.
Oh my god, dude. You're this fucking dork.
I'm not a dork. I got a galaxy brain. It's such a big brain idea. Make your computer wear some pants. That's all it takes. That's it. That's everything. That's it. That's all of it.
Would your computer wear pants like this?
Oh my god. Alright, one of us has to draw a computer tower in some Wranglers. And I'm extending that to the audience because I have commission work that I'm supposed to be doing, but instead I'm yelling about pants.
Okay, Lumen, I understand where you're coming from that. He says, well, okay, counterpoint, how many bulldozers do you see wearing nylons? All I want to know is, I really want to actually see a bulldozer wearing nylons now. This seems like a great idea. Just sexy bulldozer.
Hang on. Give me a second. I'm trying to find some like high quality photos of Bulldozer. Because I have, if I can get the detail pulled up, something that's gonna blow your fucking mind.
Bulldozer sock?
I mean, yeah, actually. Alright. Yeah, this one will do. This one is exactly high enough resolution for it. But I'm gonna blow your minds. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready for me to blow your minds? I think you can post links in chat, mostly because I don't think that I have ever disallowed you from posting links in chat. I post links in chat, but I run this place, so it's only stands to reason that I get special treatment. Alright. So, this is an image of a bulldozer. Okay? Right? Everybody gets it? Everybody follows?
Yeah.
And there is, you know, a bunch of dirt on the machinery, right? But I want you to take a look at the giant pistons that are leading down to the bulldozer and the blade angler. I want you to zoom in, right? Like, not just zoom in. I want you to hold control and tap plus on your keyboard a bunch of times. I want you to look.
Enhance.
I want you to look deep at the very end of that piston. And what do you notice? It's called a bushing. And it is a thing that is designed to keep crap out of the piston and the oil inside. There's a seal underneath that bushing that keeps most of the oil in. But the bushing is there to deflect the majority of dirt and detritus. Also, the hoses behind it are shielded with a foam rubber compound. What I'm trying to say is, that bulldozer example, bullshit, they already wear pants. They're just special pants. I've had to get my fork seals replaced so many times because I live in a dusty place, and I convinced them, and I'm not making this up, to put a nylon stocking over the bushing to protect the bushing and seal from the environment. My motorcycle wears pants. Robots 100% wear pants. Y'all just got a deal. I got so many hot opinions about bulldozers and pants.
I got, apparently, Jesus.
welcome to my streams. They're all like this. Every
Opened
single
up
one.
The bulldozer pandemic or Pandora's box here, Jesus.
Look, sexy bulldozer pants is definitely something I've not Googled before ever in the history of things.
No, never thought
once.
about.
Yes, robo clothing does exist. This has been my TED Talk. Thank you for coming, everybody. A little bit of that right there. Anyway, I have been dying to get the pants conversation off of my chest, finally.
Okay, you're like, today's the day. Today's the day I'm gonna let everyone know the truth about pants.
Today's the last day that somebody makes fun of me for for caring about robot pants. For saying that Master Chief should wear pants. Never again. Oh yeah, this is coming together pretty fast. Pretty pleased with a lot of this. A lot of it's just going to be effect layers up on top. All the shading and stuff I intend to do here in a minute. Duplicate layers. That's not what I wanted to do, but okay. Actually, no, it is exactly what I wanted to do. It's just a weird juxtaposition of them. Okay. Alright. In TF Armada, some of the robots become pants. Ooh. Now you're speaking my language. Tighten up some of the ways that these forms interact. There's gonna be a little bit of motion blurring going on here. Why did I decide to do this on the same layer? I don't know. I thought it'd be fast. I knew it would be fast.
Doing this commission or just?
Oh yeah, I'm pulling out all the efficiency stops. I want this to go quick because this person's already waited for a little bit. I told him like, hey, there's some stuff in my life that is causing me to have a slowdown, and hopefully, assuming that the university HR does what it has promised me, or at least suggested very strongly that it is capable of doing, we are gonna get so chill around here for at least a week. I'm gonna be so relaxed. Because I'm gonna be a locksmith, y'all. Ultra Magnus was famous because his trail was a suit he wore? Oh, right, Transformers. I thought Team Fortress, and I don't know why. I may have forgotten who I was talking to for a moment. God, I used to play so much Team Fortress 2. It's a shame that it got sort of consumed by bots I blame hats. The minute that they added an economy to that game was its downfall.
Yeah, I played it like at the beginning of the pandemic. I played it with like a friend who set up just like a private server and stuff, and that was pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I could see like why it would have been a great game in its like heyday. So
Yeah, it's such a miserable shell of itself. Because, like, it used to be you could go, and I know that I'm setting the bar aggressively low here, an entire match with no interruptions. But every time I have loaded into Team Fortress since then, it has been one trade request after another, and it's so frustrating. Like, I'm trying to get the cart pushed, and two chucklefucks are in the lobby arguing, more specifically, about how much a like pair of earbuds is quote unquote worth translated into keys. And it is infuriating. Like, there is a whole video game. You know what it is? It's exactly the same energy that listening to crypto bros talk about NFTs is. It is exactly the same energy. And I hate it so much. Do you see it now, Blummin? Can you feel it? Can you feel the despair? I hope that I haven't just ruined crypto for anybody or anything like wild like that.
It's still possible to like ruin crypto for someone? I mean, I guess like some people could still be into it.
Honestly, every single person I have seen ask, "What's wrong with crypto?" is a bad faith piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like they're always just like, "Oh, please articulate to me very specifically the reasons that you think that crypto is bad." And I always respond, because I live on the planet it's destroying. And they go, "Not destroying the planet, it's saving it from the big government. I'm 11 and think that this is policy."
Or they'll pull out like, well, no, there's a different type of crypto that totally doesn't like destroy the planet. It's like, and I believe this.
It's definitely the one that we are using now. And then you link them to an article that is like the guy who invented the NFTs posting that, "Oh yeah, no, I made those in a weekend to be a scam." And they're like, "No, no."
Neil Dash, where he's like, we just did this as like a thought exercise, and you guys have turned it into a grifter thing. What the fuck?
Yeah, oh, it's so good. My favorite Twitter account right now is Crypto Bros Taking L's. Oh, it's so good. Best account. Just the best account. So good. Accounts that are allowed to call me include that one. Yeah. Yeah. I wish TF2 was still good, though. Like, the gameplay was really tight, it was really fun, it was a very enjoyable time, like, the community was really surprisingly wholesome. And then they added trading to it, and I swear to you, that is where it all fell apart. Just 100%. As soon as you added, like, this fake speculative value that translated into real dollars even slightly, every person who is predisposed to being an investment bro shithead immediately started on their bullshit. Because they can't just enjoy something. It has to make them a shitload of money. And just, oh my god, I hate it more than anything in life or death. It makes me very upset. Oops. Put my opacity back on. Alright. Should probably figure out exactly where the light source is before I add too many details here. Hang on. I gotta.
Light source is around.
Light sources, yes. I usually like to have 2. Score. Gosh, it's been a hot minute since I took this commission. Oh. My phone's booping. Oh my god. Twitter, why? Yeah, there we go. Okay, here we go. I'm reading through my Twitter DMs. Hey, wild client! Let me move my drawn tail off of there. So, I'm attempting to go for a more painterly style. One, because it's very time efficient, and you have waited long enough, and you know I charge hourly. And I'm in the middle of double checking to see if you had any specific environment / lighting opinions. But if you're here, I can just ask you. I was gonna do like late night because it's a cyberpunk kind of setting underneath some blue neon with maybe some red reflective light from elsewhere, other pink neon. I guess. One moment. All right, Phil Tool. You are about to be... Okay. Everybody wait. Last time I did this, my monitor went black for a second.
Jesus.
They were both on fire at the time. Oh. Okay. All right. Well, that's good to know. Blue neon is never not the play. Yeah. See, I figured blue neon would be the play. Oh, I've still got Blender open. Oh, because I was talking to Commodore. Good. I crashed Blender. Perfect. Yeah, when they are the light source. Oh my god. I would have probably done a few things differently for that. So I guess let's... Huh, okay! I think I have an idea. Oh? Gonna just add some lights based on how I think the glow would be. And we'll shade underneath it to match. Express quit tactics. Yeah, pretty much. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of isolating like the high points on these characters and trying to find where like the fire would have climbed to is what I'm going for here.
Mhm.
Incendiary grenade would get the kill. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, light the robot on fire is very rarely the play, because robots, they're fine with a lot of fire much of the time.
It does burn up their pants, though, so.
Yeah, we just had a large conversation about how anybody who has ever given me crap for my robots wearing pants fantasies is wrong. Just objectively. Okay. Am I gonna? Oh man, light sources.
Just all light sources.
Yeah, the light sources are everywhere. Because like normally, when a camera is taking in, a burning flame or something, it will sort of balance out and make everything else dark and record like the brightest thing, right? So I'm kind of dealing with either a very aggressive amount of dark shadows, or I need to do some fire stylization here. I'm working on maybe both. Alright, I'm going to duplicate the layer again. Also, this is running a lot faster than that. I'm not also hauling...
Blender.
Yeah. Remember, folks, push your contrasts. It just looks cool. Nope, that's the wrong. There we go. No, I don't think I like that. Hmm. That's one that I think I'm just gonna do manually. I've been trying to train myself out of a little more not letting the computers do some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Right, because usually I feel pretty strongly about, I am the artist, I should be making my color picking and palette choices, just in general.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like I should probably, you know what? I want the eyes on their own layer. Anime style. It's a cyberpunk setting. Anime is like the de facto aesthetic whenever possible. Oh yeah. I mean that's kind of the beauty of it though, right? Like despite the cultural that might be where that needs to end its run actually. But yeah, despite all that, you know, it's an inevitability really. And also we all know that the ripping massive center of most of this stuff is wow, technology's cool, right?
Like, did you miss all of that cyberpunk? Oh, okay, okay. I'll just be over here
Somebody
with
please
themes.
somebody please post the Gundam shooting a laser over the guy's head
Yeah,
meme.
yeah, that's exactly the image I had in my head. It's like just that meme of like completely missing the point.
Plumman knows what's up. Also, who are you to judge aesthetic weirdness? You're the client. You're the only one who gets to judge aesthetic weirdness. just so we're clear about our relationships here. If I'm doing an aesthetic weirdness and it's not an aesthetic weirdness that you like, please let me know before I do it very hard with a large amount of effort behind it. That would be terrible if you let me do that. I would be genuinely upset if you let me do that. Exactly. Right. Okay, that's fair. Judge and jury and execute the weirdness. I don't know if this mouth is gonna stay, but it's definitely gonna serve as like the basis for how I draw the rest of this. This is one of those things that I see young artists specifically posting about a lot, right? So I'm capable of like a multitude of stylistic options most of the time, right? Including, you know, anime style if necessary. And a lot of artists are so fixated on finding finger quotes their style that they fail to understand that your style is just the series of artistic mistakes that you're comfortable making. And I feel like that is an important thing for everybody to sort of grasp onto. Okay?
Like your style's gonna find you, whether you like it or not. So
Yeah, like you genuinely will never find your style as much as you will stop seeking a style and you will simply have one a lot of the time. It's just how that works. Yeah, attempting to have an absolutely... I mean, some people do that photorealism thing, and it, I guess, works for them. I am not one of those people who can do that.
Power to you, I guess, but oh boy.
Yeah. I mean, this is also why every time, like, a first-time commissioner, I always run you through the ringer, like, a bunch. Because I'm trying to figure out if I can actually provide the thing that y'all want as an artist for me to do. Like, I get sometimes people that are like, hey, I want you to do this character, and they'll send me one that's got, like, 6 billion miles of lace all over them. And I'm like, did you look at my GIFs? They're 128 by 128 pixel most of the time. Like, I'm not... If I wanted to do this thing, I would just be doing it most of the time. But that said, I'm also a mercenary, and I like money. So, try me. Maybe I'll figure it out. Like, I'm gonna figure out the grease pencil in the next, month.
Oh yeah, for anecdote stuff?
No, for some commission that I just got. The one that broke my brain earlier.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, look at that, I guess.
I'm tremendously excited. Like, y'all know Worthy Kids, right? Worthy Kids makes their stuff this way. I'm doing this in exactly the wrong order. Yeah, Worthy Kids uses the grease pencil to make much of their cartoons. So if y'all have ever wanted me to be more like Worthy Kids, now's my time.
Now's your time to shine.
Mm-hmm. Y'all have wondered how they do their cartoons. I'm about to do it, so maybe be watching the... Damn it, Anora! Yes! Wait a minute. How did you know? How did you figure it out? Wait a minute. I try to keep my clients confidential. What is this? The laser accuracy of yours.
I do know that the Worthy Kids guy did post like a video of him doing stuff and kind of like his process and style, so...
Yeah, he makes that Slimer comic. We'll probably make something like that. Oh, right, you follow my Twitter. Alright.
Yes, I do.
JBR is delighted by the idea that your artistic style is just a collection of mistakes. Yeah! I mean, it is! Right? Like, now, I want to clarify this, right? There are artists out there that will tell you, like, oh yeah, my style was a series of explorations that I made when I was younger, and I found visual ways to create representative images and bring those to the people. What they mean is, I figured out how to draw a thing good enough and fast. Every single one of us says that. Every single one. And I'm so exhausted by the number of people that, like, are dissuaded by this HR doublespeak that some of us engage in for just, oh yeah, I fucked around and I found out. Which is the reality of what every one of those artist statements is. Like, just goddamn, And this is why I'm constantly telling people, like, you've been bullied out of your creativity, right? By dickheads like that are pretending to be some sort of savant, when the reality of the situation is they just stuck with it long enough. Like, we're not wizards. These are all just skills. This is all just shit you can learn. Yeah, saying the most possible. Yeah, I drew a bunch of pictures. Like, that's it. That's how everybody finds their artistic method, their style. Even those of us who have, like, gone to college, right? Because I took figure drawing courses. I know how to do a gesture drawing. I do them in my notebooks as practice sometimes. But you know what those are? You know what every single one of those gesture drawings is? I looked at something, and I drew it. I looked at it, and I drew it. I didn't discover my fucking aesthetic. I just did it faster and faster every time until eventually the fucking pencil falls out the way that it does. Sorry, I'm very heated on this topic.
Yeah, I could tell.
This is what happens. I get all hopped up on caffeine, and I come over here and I stream, and it becomes a fucking sermon. My bad, y'all.
Yeah, I would say as like someone who did end up going to art college, the trade-off and the reason you do it is just rails basically and community and in my case, especially with printmaking, it was equipment. Just the resources
Yeah.
were there, and then like the teachers I really gelled with and were like very good instructors and mentors. But yeah, like if you're going to art school, the reason you do it is for that or because somebody else is paying. So,
Oh god, I didn't even think about that.
oh, dude, there is nothing more confusing to me in this world still. Are people who would just kind of like half-ass art school. Just why are you here? Why bother? What, like, you're just putting yourself into debt forever.
For
Like, at
skills
least
that you cannot guarantee will pay bills.
no, you're just like why not go whole hog on this if you're just gonna like do this to yourself?
Yeah. So my experience with art school, right? I went to the local community college, and I was enrolled in their graphic design program with the intent of being an advertising illustrator.
Hmm.
Which, as I revealed last night, is a part of why. Well, no, it was again this morning. I keep conflating the two because they're effectively one event in my brain. Uh, like so much of it is just I got tired of the fact that like it is in fact mind control that we use to manipulate you into buying products and or services, right? Like we use cultural biases from like the colors that we're putting down and like the ways that we are positioning elements and items to get you to look around your screen or a piece of paper in like specific ways, right? But a lot of it is just like I already know how to work the software. I didn't need that part. So I did not finish my degree. But while I was there, I learned a lot of very fundamental lessons to the way that I approach my work. So I would urge people, like, do take classes. But the thing I would urge you to be more than anything is drop your ambitions while you are there. Like, the number of illustrators I saw just nuke their career as an illustrator because they would not receive guidance in improving because they wanted to draw, and I quote, anime style is way too high. You have to learn to just draw before you can abstract and stylize. If you can't draw, you will not be able to do the other thing. It will fuck you up in your brain space before you've even begun.
Yeah, anyways.
But like, I mean, just sometimes you gotta draw the fucking owl, you know?
An owl.
Draw the rest of it. Just do it. You know? And I don't mean to chase people away from art. Quite the opposite. Just understand that like it's a science. We know how to do these things, right? Like we know how to make these illustrations happen and pop, like, and everybody comes at it and they've been taught that it's this like spiritual connection to their inner demons or whatever, and like, no, it's not. Just let it go. Just create for the sake of creating for a while. Leave your morals, messages, and ideals at the door when you enter a classroom. Thanks. I say, being a guy who, will absolutely, proselytize his methods of art at you. So, grain of salt.
And if you go to art school and you really want to make conceptual art, and that is like your fucking jam, excellent. Just go in knowing that you're gonna make some shit that you're like, this is the fucking deepest shit, and then you're gonna go back later and you're like, fucking hell. So
I was 14 and this was deep.
just go in knowing.
Yeah. Sorry to be a big critical downer for anybody out there. A big meanie face, meanie bobini, a big dirty poopums, Sneck Wiglow, fun ruiner. Now that said, my curse as an illustrator in college was I wanted to always do jokes every time the funny option. If I could make a gag out of it, I did it. And you know what? No regrets. None whatsoever.
I got to do that like a couple of times where I was able to just, it was always during like practice stuff where like the outcome really did not matter. And so I just did a lot of puns.
Yes.
And my teachers like tolerated it mostly just because I've been in the program long enough that they're just like, okay, this is just what she does. She'll be back later.
Hell yeah. All right, let's take a look at this hair. Yeah, I'm pretty into the way this is coming out. Oops. You didn't have depth perception for the several years of your life? Oh, did you get LASIK in your other eye or something? Because my mother also does not have depth perception, but is a pretty passable artist. You know, I know I talk a lot of smack about my family, but you know, it is my mom that I can credit teaching me that like if I'm going to sing loud. Project. I forget who it was, but I was talking to one of my mentor figures at one point, and they were remarking that like despite picking up a bunch of lessons from them, I am in a lot of ways like radically different from them, right? And I just had to remind them that like you are doing your mentors a disservice if you only are as good as they are,
or as exact as they are. So
yeah, like I'm not there to be them a second time. I'm there to take the things that they know and be a better person, even. Like Billy Joel's song says that every youth should have a pretty good shot to get at least as far as their old man got. But the key operative word there is at least. Oh yeah. I'm pretty into the geography of this hair at the minute. Really? You didn't realize that you didn't have depth perception? That's interesting. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Nora. Like the longest running anime artists don't really have a base anime style. People do One Piece, Ranma, Bleach, Fairy Tail. Honestly, I would argue that the artist behind Naruto is an incredible illustrator. If you've ever looked into their work outside of the Naruto franchise, they do some incredible illustration. And I think it was their work that was the thing that was presented to me when I was considering becoming a mangaka, and instead chose the path of becoming, any illustrator. Because if I learn to illustrate anything, then sometimes that thing can be comics. Huh. Symptoms of the first thing masked the second thing. Ah. Have you ever seen two adult men get into a fist fight because they're arguing about what color blue something is? And the thing is green?
Back to the dress again.
No! Well, I mean, yes, actually. In a way. But no, I have watched two adult men who are my cousins in very distantly related ways get into a knockdown, drag-out, fisticuffs-ass brawl because they were arguing about what kind of blue something was when it was hunter green.
Oh boy.
And that's how they both learned they're colorblind. Oh, they were like 30. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm living that again.
Reliving the memory in your head.
Mm-hmm. Just going back to it. What is hunter green? Hunter green is like, right, exactly. See, it's not specific enough. Give me a minute. Let me pull up a thing here. Yeah, this'll do. Here, please have a swatch, which is how we typically use color, from colorcodes.io. Something that you can eyedropper and use for your work. One second, I also need to make a point of this. When I make these comments and y'all choose to riff on it, I feel an urge to defend it. I'm gonna just post it in general chat so that I have a link that is linkable. Alright, everybody. Here's what happens inside of somebody's mind when you say to them, Hunter Green. You get... Oh my god, come on. Come on! Come on. Come on. Here we go. You get this, which you'll notice is like 15 different greens. That is why I say that we don't refer to these colors in professional capacities in this way, because it's a goddamn mess. Figure it if I put up 100 green. So, fun story. I am perfectly aware that my perceptual color weakness is the green to blue spectrum. Like, Sanguinary, have you ever done one of those things where you're, like, asked to sort colors?
Yes, I have, and it ends poorly every time.
Wait, really?
I'll get to a point where it's like, okay, I've narrowed it down this much, and then just have a psychological breakdown, basically, of like, is this actually this color? What is green, really? And then just stop, and it's like, okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
This does not reflect upon me as a professional.
It's like taking color accuracy for a while. Like, you do the best you can, but then you just like accept that you can never really control the final destination after a point, and sometimes you're just gonna get garbage. So
Yeah, that's a big old mood right there.
Uh, shoot. Speaking of like bringing down the mood, Jesus.
What? Oh, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say like I feel like I just brought down the mood. My bad.
No, no. I mean that's one of the things about the way that I stream. I do not stream exclusively intending to have just a super happy fun times all the time. Now I used to. I used to back when I was still a webcam guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like millions of years ago. I used to be very preoccupied with the idea that my streams should be manic and fun all the time, like constantly, like every frame a joyride, right? And I realized that when you do that, there's no room to have real discussions about like what it is to be an artist. And just full disclosure, like that's the thing that resonates with people, like it's at this point part of my brand. So, it's one thing when you're bringing down the mood by like just, moping or griping and like, there's obvious ways that you can improve your life. And like, you're not doing it or whatever. It's another to just kind of confront the reality that like, hey, biologically we're all constructed slightly differently and therefore our perceptions can differ and we struggle with different things. Yeah, it's way more engaging. Now, I will say it is a little bit disheartening to look around and see the number of streams that are just like, I intend to show up and do comedy exclusively, and I have 400 people in chat screaming about how riotous everything is. But like, I feel like that market's saturated, and I just don't intend to compete in it all the time. That's what things like sketch comedy is for, or sketch and comedy. We really need to finalize a name.
We really. I just keep putting it off because there's been no good answers. It's just like, okay, no, not this. We'll come back to the drawing board later. No, not this either. God damn it.
I'll talk about it here, actually. Oh, hang on. This reminds me of another thing that we talked about this morning that I need to just say to everybody. This is disconnected from everything. It's going to be a very disjointed segue. Yeah. Hey, everybody. So, this is my public thing for one Steel_Shin. You can find their content at twitch.tv/Steel_Shin. They're a very good super robot friend of mine. I love them as a broadcaster and also as my friend. This is my apology. Dear Shin, at one point you spoke about a Croatian delicacy that is dipping your French fries in mayonnaise as though it is a condiment, like ketchup or mustard. And I ridiculed you for this. Because fuck, man, that's gross, right? Mayonnaise. Oh, man, can you believe it, chat? Mayonnaise. Why? I am now a person who has opinions about what kind of mayonnaise I'm about to dip my fries into. Because it's really good. Actually, if you have some good mayonnaise, just dip your fries in it. It's really good. I am now that guy at a burger restaurant who goes up to the counter and says, "Hello, everybody. Yes, I would like a burger with fries. Also, can I get a dipping cup on the side of your finest mayonnaise, please?" "No, I'm not putting it on the burger. I am going to dip my fries in this mayonnaise. Thank you."
I need you to stop looking at me with those accusing eyes, sirs. Ma'am.
Please do not judge me. It's very good. So yeah, I that needed to happen. Please go follow Shin on their platform of choice, even if it is not my platform of choice any longer. If only to make up for the critical mistake of me mocking their fry habits. Please. But yeah, no, like content market strategies. I am not just aiming for comedy. It's just that my life is funny.
No, if I wanted to do more content marketing strategy, that was unrealistic and terrible, I would apply for all of those social media jobs I keep saying.
Oh, to be a social media manager for the love
Yeah.
of whatever brand is attempting to rope you into it.
Yeah, and it's usually like, especially at kind of like my skill level, it's not going to be something like, Nabisco or whatever. It's going to be like, hey, we make, I don't know, fucking pacemakers or something. Can you like get us the sweet tweets? And I'm like, this has nothing to do with whatever you do. Please. You're just applying this willy-nilly.
Yeah, ratioing Wendy's should not be part of your pacemaker strategy. I'm sorry. It doesn't work like that for you, specifically, pacemakers. Your consumer base isn't even on Twitter, and if they are on Twitter, they're going to have a heart attack because young people use swear words here.
I mean, their consumer base would be doctors who really shouldn't be on Twitter anyways.
God, could you imagine if like your therapist knew your Twitter handle or whatever? Oh my God. I would die for you. Like, just thinking about it.
Please, nobody give my poor therapist. She already has to like fucking translate whatever comes out of my mouth once a week, let alone.
Yeah. I can't afford a therapist, so I am freed of this. I can tweet whatever.
For now.
Look, sometimes men will attempt to take a bunch of commissions to go to MagFest instead of getting therapy. I already rode a motorcycle for thousands of miles instead of getting therapy.
Therapy, or I could just like take a spiritual road trip. That's like therapy, really. Mm-hmm. Really.
Look, if you choose to meditate on the lessons of life, it can be similar, I guess. The things that the open road can teach you about the world and yourself, which are many lessons, chat. Many lessons. I would encourage anybody to take a wild road trip if they're looking to learn about themselves and their convictions.
Looking to test friendships. I will account for that.
It's true, we had a huge falling out when I was crashing on your couch over pinball.
No, I've been on like a long road trip with some friends, and you learned everyone's worst habits. It's like speed running being a roommate with someone.
Yeah. Honestly, if I end up being able to go to MagFest, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, you're going to find out, like, everyone's metal super fucking quickly.
And then I will never tweet about it, because that is their secret to keep. Sorry, don't expect the hot goss from me later, y'all.
Unbelievable, and I thought we were friends.
Yeah, no, I ain't giving you the dirt on my favorite streamers. Not happening.
Alright.
Here we go. Oh, this is starting to look pretty fire, if I do say so myself.
Badoop-tish. Nora, wait, better than the way I test friendships, which is a Saw dungeon. I give you some extreme props for taking that to the limit. However, we're never gonna be friends, I think, is also the takeaway I'm getting here.
I've seen enough Dead by Daylight to know where this is going.
Yeah, nobody go to Anora's house. Nora's like, hey, you wanna go to my basement? I got something cool in there.
I got Super Nintendo.
With all the hot new Nintendo games, like jeez, Mario?
Out of this world? Oh my god. Did y'all know the Space Station 13 is back?
I didn't see that, like, they were gonna redo that.
Well, they're doing it. They're redoing it. Space Station 14 is having active beta trials. And I know this because my housemates have access, and I don't.
Wow, not even sharing?
Well, I mean, no, like they gotta let me in. I'm not gonna take turns on somebody's potentially NDA thing. No, thank you. I don't want to be that guy. But at the same time, oh man, I want to play some Space Station. I want to stream it so bad. It's good old Space Station. I missed you. Never leave me. Come back, babe. I want to be on a space station again.
Come back to me.
Oh, it's so good. I know a little bit about Space Station 13's development. I know that it was really super jank. And so I was listening to some of the early developers of Space Station 13, like, kind of talking about it. And they were trying to impress upon somebody that, like, it was not well crafted. Right? Like, that it was jank, in fact. And this person was convinced. They were like, oh, no, it's good. I've played it. Like, don't sell yourself short, right? And one of the things that they revealed was that part of the reason that the Beyond code was so laggy, yeah, source code was stolen on 2 separate occasions, for sure. It's been super forked a couple of times. It's all forked up, this history. But the thing that they were trying to impress on this guy, there was a period of time in Space Station 13 where every time an object collided with anything, it had to do a check to make sure that that thing was not a watermelon. Because watermelons are hard-coded to explode.
Oh my god, I love just game design, like looking behind the curtain, and it's all duct tape, just hopes and dreams, just string. It's just a prayer.
This is why I am so honored that every time that Too Much Abstraction shares with us any development of Waves of Steel. Because, like, oh my god. To share one's game developer secrets is to bear one's jank-ass coding soul. And it is beautiful. Every time that I get a glimpse. You really learn a lot about what a person prioritizes when they tell you what's broken in their code. What they're trying to fix. Like, they recently publicly posted a feature, a new enemy type, on our Discord. They shared it here first, which was very cool. And it is a tripod of sorts, and they're attempting to decide whether or not they want to just make the leg portions of this tripod rotationally symmetric, or if they want to fix the inverse kinematics section of their program so that they can add more walking type enemies in this game, which is about the ocean. Being out deep in the water. What I'm trying to say is, this is a person who values how fucking cool a big robot is, and we should all value them more for it.
But is the best thing about life is just big ass robots doing cool shit simply because it is cool.
My Saturday morning cartoons when I was a child did not prepare me well for how lame all of the robots that I was going to experience as an adult were going to be. A little salty. Okay, that pant leg came out so strong, so fast. Holy shit. No, that's a straight line. That's not the kind of line I want. I need to make this smaller.
How long have you been streaming?
How long have I been streaming? Not 2
Yeah.
hours. Why?
That's about when I made tea. I'm gonna go get that.
If you've ever gotten flack from me because you've reminded me to like keep track of my hours, right? That's why. Strong tea. I love effect brushes. I feel like that's too much. Clip. Okay. It was saving recovery information, which I think is just the way that it says I am auto-saving. Hmm. I definitely don't like the way that I'm getting these lag spikes here. It's just clip chugging, though. I don't like that from an aesthetic standpoint. After.
All right, bitter but salvageable is the new name I'm trading underneath.
Is this your new handle?
Yeah. It's even longer than my current one. So
Sounds about right, though.
if you ever need to rescue tea, you let oversteep maybe a touch. Milk usually does a pretty decent thing to it. Helps cut some of the tannins.
I like this firebrush way more than the one that I was just using. Not just because it's processing faster, although that is helping. But I feel like there's a more organic nature to it.
Mm-hmm. One study done, time to do another one. Trying to like practice multiple light sources so I have all those screenshots. And I'm just getting my ass beat is basically what's happening. It's that part of art training we were talking about earlier where you just like are just running through a thicket of just like thorns and everything, trying to get to the other side, which is like understanding how light works, and the entire time it's like, piss, shit, god damn
it. Yeah, and so much of art is just understanding how light works, y'all.
Oh, I know.
I always feel bad when people come to me and they'll ask me, they'll say, "Hey Wobbles, you're good at drawing," and I go, "Yeah, fuck yeah, I am. I'm pretty great at it." And they go, "Can you give any tips about shading?" And I go, "Okay, what do you know about perspective and constructive drawing?" And they go, "What?" And I go, "You need to learn to draw boxes, because you gotta understand how light falls on an object in 3 dimensions, because that is what you are defining as the 3-dimensionality of an object. And if you don't have a picture in your mind of the 3-dimensionality of an object, it is impossible for you to put shadows in places that make sense." And they go, "I just wanted some quick tips." And I go, "Shh,
there are no quick tips.
I am Miyagi. You are being Miyagi'd now. There are no shortcuts in art, only pain." And I know full well what they want every time, which is just, yeah, you put some shadows on the side that's far from the light, but I'm a prick, and I go, "But where is your light?"
Because I see it leaving your eyes, so it's got to be somewhere else.
Yeah. Your soul is becoming empty, and I see it. That's too much. Also too much. Ooh, I kind of like that. Okay. Now, you describe them as being very on fire, so I'm attempting to make very and fire. Some teachers told me that to do stuff like Pixar to 3D stuff, you need to know how to do drawing. Can confirm is pretty fire. Thank you. Much appreciate. And I know where they're coming from. It's sort of what I was talking about, where it's like you have to be receptive to the other lessons of the medium that it can that can be taught to you. Alright, and finally, filter. I do want to do just one Gaussian blur. Actually, no. I want to do motion blur. Filter, blur. Oh, radial blur? Can I do radial? Outward. Will it let me put another arrow in there? This is the part where my computer crashes. Don't worry, we can always lower the opacity a little bit.
They're extremely on fire.
So for those who are wondering, oops, that's the wrong window. I have a window. We're gonna have to wait on this. Remember that my computer is fighting for hardware space with the stream capture also. Yeah. Spacing, shading, lighting. Yeah. Like, I would argue that a lot of the time, you know, the emphasis that people are putting on drawing is the idea that it is the easiest way to learn these constructive fundamentals, right? And like pixel art is itself a kind of drawing, and if you want to do like isometric or whatever, it does serve you. Okay, we are going to cancel this. It's taking way too long. Try that again. Just try to max it out there. Oh wait, that's motion blur. That's not what I want. I want filter, blur, radial blur. Give it the full 20 there. Both directions. Model, smooth. Box. See if we get the same slowdown. If we do, it might just be that there's too many pixels on this canvas for this. But I do want to defeat some of these hard edges that we've got going on. Yeah. Like, I mean, one of the things that people don't teach in drawing is like muscle control. You know, like I know that I'm a goofy cartoon snake down here, but one of the things that I will tell you as much as is possible is to draw at minimum from your elbow as much as is possible. You'll see a lot of artists who draw very small drawings in like corners and margins and things, and they will draw using only the little tripod that their fingers make on a pen, and that is a very limiting form. Some of them do great work with it, right? Like I do really good sticky notes and what have you with it. But if you can draw from your elbow or from your shoulder, it will prolong your ability to draw, and it will let a marathon session like this just rock, right? And like you can keep going with it. Otherwise, you might bind up all of your tendons and just have a very rough time. And like, oh man, that sucks. Take it from me as a guy who played too much Strive and ruined his wrists for like a month and then took a motorcycle ride. You don't want to do wrist damage to yourself. You use those wrists constantly. But like that kind of thing they don't talk about, because as much as difficult as it is to get people to draw boxes and like try to understand perspective, 1, 2, and like 3-point vanishing, like minimum, it is even harder to say to them, have you ever tried just drawing the lines left to right on your ruled paper yourself without a ruler? Just from the shoulder arm movement? No? Oh. Because of course the answer is just fucking, why would you? All right, this is taking way too long. We're gonna have to do this manually. I have other ways of creating motion. Now, we just take this layer. There we go. Oh my god, yeah. I'm not a fan. So, I firmly think that learning to draw with just whatever tools you have available is the correct, air quotes, way to draw, right? When you have to, like, buy a big sheet of paper, right? Like those big newsprint things that they have you do like those drawings on because it like gets you to draw from the shoulder and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When was the last time you did a piece of art that was that large? Outside of a college experience?
The steamroller print thing when like I had space to do it.
Right. Exactly. But for most of us, it's like fucking never. Honestly, like we have not had time, space, or inclination. I have a very large display tablet thanks to y'all, right? I mean, before I also had a large one thanks to me because that's just an investment that I continually make. But like, fuck, you know. Most people working with like their first tablet or what have you are not gonna be on that level. It just doesn't matter. I need to save this because these recovery saves are large and dangerous,
Mm-hmm.
as you can tell by the spinning circle barely visible underneath my immersive cursor. Immersion.
Immerser.
My immerser.
I don't know what brain damage I have to be like two words exist in a space. I need to merge them together now. But it keeps happening.
There we go. No, I do the same thing. The portmanteau is the best manteau.
It just needs to happen.
There we go. I want to come down to that layer. Sorry, y'all, focusing up. I'm doing this illustration at just a patently, absurdly large size so that we can scale it down later. But it is definitely taking a lot of computer memory.
Okay, how patently large are you doing?
23 by 16 at 900 DPI?
Yeah, that's a bit excessive, but sure.
Hey, if y'all want to put it on your wall, the resolution will be very high. Here we go. I do love doing this. Yeah, I do though genuinely think that like if you really want to learn art, right, and like you want to just get into it, I think that there's a lot of people that will poison you very early on with an old thought about like fine arts. You know, like they'll try to train you into just being a fine arts painter, like from the word go, and like I'm not here for that. I don't think that's necessary or even good anymore. Because, like, I have developed the skills to kind of do fine arts painting like we're doing right now. But for the vast majority of people's use cases, those are not skills that are necessary for even a moment. Now, that said, I'm also a person who will tell you to just develop every skill that you possibly can. You know, don't think I'm trying to give y'all an out here. But a lot of the physical materials that they'll try to get you to buy for classes and things are just, man, most people are not gonna necessitate working on an easel, and most people have a table at home. You know, and there's some reasons to work with an easel, but you can just explain the things that might cause a problem with that workflow and just let people get on with learning.
Like, most things will have a reason why they exist, and that's fine, but I do think we do a disservice to, like, a lot of students by making it so, like, giving the impression there is only one way to do such a thing. So,
Yeah. And
like,
much of that's like the transactional nature of college too, where like, you know, we need to give you these specific skills because you're paying to get an entry into a job market somewhere is the reality of why you've gone to college. For most people.
I mean, unless you have, like, the kind of painting teacher our school had, where he's like, why bother teaching you? None of you are going to paint after you leave anyways. And to that, and like, go fuck yourself, dude.
Yeah, that's an asshole move right there. Fuck that guy. I'll say it loud and proud. Fuck that guy. I paint all the time. I mean, I apply like painting techniques to sticky notes. And I use highlighters on them at work. Fired 0 clay models since I was 13. Yeah, see, exactly. Now, do I think it's cool to have like an appreciation for sculpture? Absolutely. Do I need to go super in-depth on the procedures for sculpture? No. I'm good. Be me. Be forgetting that clipping is on. Yeah, these shines still look pretty good. Okay. I was a little worried that with all the fire that none of this lighting would make sense that I'm doing. But I think a strong directional light is fine. Thank you so much for chilling out with me today, by the way.
Yeah, it's always a little bit easier when like someone else is like doing something.
Yeah, I know I've been sort of intermittently and explosively like rambling back at chat instead of like carrying a consistent conversation, but like definitely enjoying having you along for it.
I mean, I kind of figured that's what I was signing up for, is just like moments of silence punctuated by whatever we're going to talk about, so.
Yeah. It's one of the weird things about doing art streaming, right? And I've said this a bunch of times. I find my own art streams very boring. And I think it's just because I'm making all of the decisions, and I would make all of the decisions that I am making every time, because I'm in the middle of being the one who's making them. So, like, nothing surprises me. They tell you to, like, watch your own content, right? And, like, if you find yourself boring, why would anybody else find you interesting, right? And so often, I realize that that is exclusively advice for game streams.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, yo, I'm not gonna find my own artistic process interesting. It's my process.
Also, it's like it takes a long ass time, so it's just like, okay, I'm gonna sit here for a couple of hours watching my process. Ugh.
Yeah, basically. I do think that there is a lot of value to watching your own content.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, like, I think that's good advice. If you're not being interesting to you, like, that will probably come through to your audience if you are bored, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, like, sometimes you're drawing the shadow on somebody's inner thigh, and like, you just gotta do it. there's no exceptional depth to the process for you, because you're there. You have complete understanding of what's happening. You also can't click out and come back later and there's, suddenly an illustration and go, wow.
Wow.
But at the same time, right? Even as a bemoaning, I would like to remind everybody that this goes for your jokes too, actually. Right? Like, a lot of people say, oh, I don't want to say that. That's too obvious a joke. And a lot of the time, it's not actually an obvious joke. It's just that your brain is the one that put the joke together, so of course you think it's unsurprising. It's literally just a reflection of how your brain already made that joke. And you just assume that everyone else's brain works the same way, because of course you do. You wanna believe that everybody's head is like yours. But no. No, actually, we're all fucked up in a fun and exotic ways.
Yeah, God, I hope your brain doesn't work like mine. It's a fucking mess up there.
We can only hope. We can only hope to be spared. actually want to make this very dark. Like 1 shade dark. Ah! Forgot that's on 1 layer. I have to come back to that. There we go. So when we add the effects, that boot does not matter tremendously. Heck yeah.
The silence of perfection.
This is the problem with being on fire. There's a lot of light source to color what's going on. It also creates some exceptionally high contrasts. But I think it's still coming through together. Pretty okay. At some point I'm gonna have to deal with shading the face, and it's so squishy.
You're gonna have to take like a reference photo of your face being smooshed.
Figure out where a lot of those lines go, yeah. Safety save. Come on. Come on. Clip. The smooshed face? Yes. This pleases me. I'll be honest, like I worry when I take these spotlight commissions for you, because I am not historically like good at this particular genre of illustration. Like I do pretty good dynamic action shots and everything, but just like drawing pretty ladies has never been my forte. Like 0%. Don't phone the fire department. Friendly reminder that it is BYOT. If you would like tunes, you are more than welcome to open up a streaming application, or I have dropped a link in my Discord so y'all can listen along to what I'm listening to. During these moments of silence, actually jamming to the tunes. Hang on. Like that. Yeah, it would look like that. It's just very weird. God, I love effects layer. They're so good. Okay. So my strategy for a lot of this shading that we've been doing, y'all, has been to set down the base tone, the flats, and then just paint onto it almost a normal light. Usually my light comes from like the top right corner, and you know, this is an illustrative habit of mine. Some people would say that it's a bad habit. Some people would say that it doesn't matter. I think it's a troublesome habit. You know, it's a mark of sometimes a lack of thought, right? When I'm just reflexively making art. But that's also why I work so fast, is I just make these decisions. But what we're dealing with is we've got a very complicated scene for lighting in general. We've got this, we've got, you know, regular light, and we've also got everybody's on fire, which is a difficulty, to be sure. And so it's gonna require a little bit more thought. So what we're doing is we're putting down sort of the basics, and then we are adding just some orange airbrushing where it feels like it makes sense to do so. The 1000th episode of One Piece?
Good lord.
I can't tell if you're joking.
It's hard to tell, right? Because it's completely and utterly possible. But yes.
I'm a little bit terrified. Yeah, I know the TV show. Man, what do they call manga just in general? 'Cause I don't actually know.
Who calls?
I mean, when you're like when you have an edition of manga, I guess, is it still an episode? Is that the terminology?
Like, kind of. Hmm. I think it's just called a volume, isn't it?
Volume. Seems like a better word for it. Friendly reminder that this robot assassin chapter. Ooh, yeah, chapter would work. This robot assassin sticks faces on its face. It's one of those robot assassins, like they do. Take in mind that most manga in Japan is dumped out in huge phone books with like 20 to 30 other manga too, as opposed to the US where it's like one chapter an issue. I did not know that. I thought we were the ones who would get it in big compiled volumes, honestly.
Oh, as in like the Jump issues where it's just like a whole compendium of different chapters. Like Shonen Jump would have the One Piece chapter, whatever the hell else is going on right now.
I did not know that.
Mm.
There we go.
Hmm.
I'm just trying to give everything the correct amounts of attention.
Zoom out of a drawing and realize you've made a horrible mistake.
Nah, I feel pretty good about this one.
No. I just realized as you were zoomed in and working on stuff, and then, oh man,
did you do a goof on your end somewhere?
like I've been doing these studies and stuff, and I like posted it, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, oh man, your eyes are all wonk, your nose is wonk, everything wonk. I'm sorry. The reference was right on the same canvas, but it's all wonk. Wonk all the way down.
Didn't flip it horizontal, did you?
No, but the whole point is to just do them quickly-ish.
Yeah. Oop, autosave. Oh man, I've been doing this for like 2.5 hours. I better hurry up on wrapping it up.
Or at least take a moment to stretch, though.
Nope.
Oh, alright.
God, amazing. God damn. There we go. The perfect product. You are really lucky that I love painting chrome. Because I know so many tricks for making some cool metal shinies. I actually had to learn to paint chrome for miniatures. Because, like, so you can do metallic paint, and that's fine. But it's way less cool looking than having, like, a proper world reflection in your miniature.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the tricks that I've picked up over time is learning to fake that in 2D to make it look as though you have like super polished, shiny, reflective whatever, just, generically with like distorted reflections and high and low spots and all that kind of good business. And just stuff that fakes it inside of people's vision. So good. So fun to do. It's so nice to have somebody look at a miniature that you place on a table, even if they are the least, like, arts person imaginable, and just have them be like, yo, that's sick. It's like, yes. Yes, it is. It is sick, and I, by extension, am the illest.
Some real deep focus hours as you're trying to finish up the flame chrome.
Hell yeah. I'm descending into that, like, art mode that I dislike my art streams for. But, like, I gotta do it. I gotta make this work. I can't get to MagFest any other way. Snoozed your way through the last hour? I told you.
You know what? If it was it a good nap? Because if it was a good nap, hell yeah.
Honestly,
if it was
yeah.
a bad nap, I take no responsibility.
I feel like this is maybe a bit too much reflection.
On reflection, it's too much reflection.
Too much chrome. Too much chrome effect. Yeah. Later, Aloe. You have a good one. Doing reflections is exceptionally difficult, though, to make satisfying. Because, like, you have your entire chromatic scale going on in here. Like, your darkest darks and your brightest brights are all gonna be here. Anywhere you've got, like, a sufficient metallic look. And then there's all sorts of, like, little bevels around the edges and stuff if you're trying to make it look just right. I could have had them wear gloves.
Owned by your past decisions.
Mm-hmm. We could have had hand pants. Robot hand pants would have solved it.
What are gloves but robot hand pants? I'm learning so much today, Wobbly.
I'm an educator, not just an art streamer. Okay. Just everybody should respect that my word is law. Cannot escape it.
Yeah, they're no longer gloves, they're hand pants, and to say any different is heresy, and,
Ooh, there we go. Yeah. That was looking pretty good. Looking pretty good so far. I'm pretty pleased. No, that's too much. It's the wrong thing. There we go. Whoop. I'm having a pretty good time with this illustration.
mm-hmm.
And I was worried that I wouldn't.
Gonna get into the groove of it.
Just look at his hand fans if they're attached to the bodysuit. Sure, yeah, actually, I think so. I'm a go with a yeah, actually. Just strong and authoritative yes. Yes, they count. Ooh. I just became lightheaded.
When was the last time you ate something?
About 4 hours ago. I want to finish this first. Where's fingers? There it is. This is one of those, like, I need to just get it done.
Mm-hmm.
You've waited long enough, Acrasia. You have been so patient in waiting for me to get around to this, and to just generally get my fucking life in order. And I appreciate that patience so much. Because there's very few things in life that you need to be patient for, quite like a dumbass who doesn't have his business together. It's so sweet of you to have returned. I'm also trying not to like futz too super hard on details. That's why I keep turning the effect layers back on. Because I want this to look real cool, but I also want to reduce it very fast for you so it stays cheap. Seems important. Oh. Probably because Slayer. I am, though, glad that we did not start with, like, an undersketch and then go from there. That would have been a nightmarish ordeal. Me futzing around trying to figure out how to make the line art work would have been the worst. I would have hated it, you would have hated it, everyone would have hated it.
People would have left the stream in droves.
Or at least just been very cross with me.
Scolding you, kind of like a weird grandmother.
Meh, Wobbles, why are you being so inefficient? Meh.
Wobbles, why is this?
Wobbles? Why would you do that, Wobbles?
Wobbles, I'm crying for some reason.
Well, I kill people and I eat hands. That's two things. Oh my god, have I made an old internet reference? Oh no, not again.
I'm sorry. That's...
Carl!
Wow, yeah, that is...
Carl! Why would you do that, Carl? That kills people, Carl! Carl. I'm so sorry I'm old, everybody. Carl.
Jeez.
Okay. Whew.
Yeah?
Yeah. Just working very hard.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to make sure that brushstrokes aren't too visible. While at the same time, trying not to worry too hard about this not looking like a painter, because it's 100% a paint. I'm sure y'all have seen people that go too far in like brushstroke removal efforts. And it ends up looking weird. Try not to do that. Because I think that there's a charm in exposed brushstrokes, as long as it serves the greater piece.
Just depends on what you're going for.
What you thinking so far, Acrasia? I'm interested in an opinion as I work. Things you would like to see me address further, things that you think I'm futzing with too much, and that I shouldn't worry so hard about. You know, just feed me anecdotes. We're doing hella good. I'll zoom out here in a minute, and you can see how far we've gotten in a few hours. I'm glad you're super into it. Hair, fire, interplay, and the face squish. Okay, good. Those were parts that I was, in fact, worried about. I feel like it's just part of being mercenary in a cyberpunk setting. You know, you are going to get lit on fire because fire kills good, especially if your foolish foes are still biological. I love effect layers. So yeah, this is where we're at. Share anecdotes. This is rapidly turned into one of those pieces where I just go, I just had to remind y'all that actually I kick ass and I don't just make pixel gifs. Thank you. Yeah. Boop.
Yeah, extra eyeball.
Both eyes. I'm doing that anime thing where I'm just going to bring the facial features on top of some of the other obscuring details, just for clarity and reading and all that. I think it looks better that way, and I am a dipshit. So tell me if I'm wrong, please. Oh. see. We've got the arm details. We've got our villain. Oh god, I accidentally clicked with the fill tool. Hang on, we're gonna be here a minute. Ah, barf. I think we've about got a bow on it myself. I can go through and I can do things. Like with the behind the hair layer, I will have to pull up a little bit of hair and draw it on top of it, but that's going to be after I Control Z on whatever the fill tool has decided to do here.
The fill tool has now taken over and taken control of your Clip Studio Paint, so I'm sorry. The stream is no longer yours.
Behind some hair would look more like that. Oh my god. Wrestling with the void. These autosaves are killing me.
It's like, hold on, stop. Wait a minute.
You've changed a whole lot of data. The anime installed in front of the hair is better. See, that's what I thought. Ugh. I mean, I think it looks fine either way, right? Is how I would phrase it, honestly. I can also take that segment and lower it down just a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, it's really an either-or situation. Maybe both. That looks great. Do you mean like with wait, with or without? Hang on. I goofed up.
You done goofed.
With like the little extra bit of detail, or ready to put a bow on it? Hell yeah. As always, if you end up, you know, having misgivings or anything, like, feel free to hit me up to fix up and, like, do a little bit more. The partial transparency? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Alright, cool. We'll ship it with that then. I gotta remember to do this more. I'm gonna hide my signature over here. If y'all don't mind. I have never once done that loop with the P before.
But
that's
the
fucking
thing.
Cool. I would like the medium to be Van's side.
Oh my god. It's large enough almost for it to be a power wrap.
It's pretty fire, I gotta say. Like this is handily one of the coolest things I've painted in a hot fucking minute. If I'm being just really straight about this. This started as like one of those like, oh man, I'm not sure that I'm, you know, that I've got the chops to pull this off. And this has ended up being like a, hey, y'all seen some badass shit today? Let me post a picture. Oh, Acrazia, I know I've got you on Discord, but can I talk you into shooting me a PM so I don't have to remember between like the three different usernames? I'm sorry. I don't mean to be that guy. Hey, you're helping send me to Magfest maybe. This is very cool. I think that we just agreed on a price at one point, like a flat rate for it, so I'm not even gonna worry about like my hourly or anything. There you are. Thank you. Upload file. Oh man, I wanted to do like more work today, but I could not put this down.
It's nice to like put additional work and, like you said, to remind people that you know, you do other things other than shit posting. So
Yeah. That's weird. Oh. Oh. Okay. Well, we'll figure it out in DMs because I ran longer than I intended to by like a solid hour. But we'll figure out what that cost is, just in general. This file is large enough that it won't let me just send it to Google Drive. Doop doop doop. File upload. Alright, and then I will bake out a PNG for the goods of it. As my computer is absolutely having a fit over how large this is. It's not the computer so much as it is clip, because you guys would be seeing interruptions or drop frames, and over 3 hours, 15 minutes of streaming, I have dropped 690 frames. Nice, nice, nice. And I am using a rocking 1% of the CPU, because y'all have set me up with an animal machine! Like, damn! Sing kicks so much ass. I have not done... Oh my god, captions. Damn Sing, Texas. Mm. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, so we went 3 hours. I charged 35. So it'd be like 9... What, 105? At my running rate? Yeah. Sorry, I'm waiting on like several things to buffer, so I figure I'll do it. Yeah, my PayPal continues to be the same. You can see that the hourly rate actually ends up being a pretty damn good deal. Actually. You know?
Oh boy.
Considering this is what, like half of what you paid for the last one? Whoop. Yeah. Yeah! That's good stuff. Jesus. Oh, I see. It's because I'm uploading a stream at the same time. I'm also
That'll do
attempting to upload a file to my Google Drive. A very large file. It's 5 p.m. already, my time. I don't think I'm gonna do anything else productive today, because that burned brain feeling from earlier, if I'm being,
Back.
it's never gone away. Actually,
Oh, okay.
my brain has been in a rough state all day. But I got the one where like I felt like you were waiting for like this indefinite period done, and that's very exciting to me. To process, because like Waves of Steel, the due date on those is when it's done. You know? So that can be accomplished at some juncture. What else is going on? I've got some animations to do, some cat animations. We're gonna learn Grease Pencil for that, so that'll be a lot of fun to do. Boop. Stuff's going boop. Aw, thank you. We've got the Waves of Steel art that I need to do, so we're gonna be doing a bunch of fun ship art here in the relatively immediate future. Honestly, probably tomorrow. We're probably not gonna launch into Deltarune. And the reason for kicking up this art is I would like to be able to have the funds to just haul off and go to MagFest in January and hang out with a bunch of cool streamers. So if anybody else is looking for commission work, I charge an hourly rate of $35 an hour, which this took 3 hours, so y'all can do the math there. Tips are always appreciated. Every artist will tell you that. And if you just are enjoying the show and all of the things that I've got going on and creating and would like me to be able to make more things, you can always just hit up my Patreon at patreon.com/wobblypython. And if you want to just have more Wobbly Python thoughts, you can always just go to twitter.com/wobblypython. Joining me today has been Sanguinary, who has a coffee.
I got bullied into it yesterday.
Yup! And I am going to link to their coffee in my chat. Because
oh my God.
I am a monster.
I didn't do much today other than like hang out and do other stuff at the same time, but I like how it still highlights my name for reasons.
It highlights mine too. For me. Oh, so thank you everybody for tuning in and checking this out. And getting to experience in real time the visceral reminder that I don't just shitpost, I'm also a very accomplished illustrator. Yeah, it is a shame that we can't raid, but like part of that is that like I mean, people make the joke that like, hey, nobody watches YouTube streams, right? And part of that is it's like an if you build it, they will come sort of situation. If we start streaming on here and we start having problems and we start being a force that YouTube needs to pay attention to, we will get our features, right? Expecting YouTube to build the same client as Twitch, despite not having any of the demand for it, is why they haven't done that. So, you know.
I think we could do the manual handover. Like I think Gilder's in the middle of his 24 hours hidden object game.
Oh god.
So that's an option.
Being a wine mom.
Yeah, actually, yes.
Online. Oh, I know who I want to send us over to. So I've been hanging around with this guy for like a little bit here. I think we should all go say hello to Raucus. Remember we played Blood, I threw a lot of dynamite, I laughed like an insane person for a few hours during their October Halloween stream. I want everybody to go over there and give Raucus some love.
Just post like the link in the chat and then I'll just manually go over there and be like, toot toot. This is an old fashioned Pony Express raid.
Yeehaw, Waffly Python says we're supposed to yee our haws over here. You know, I kind of like this. I like that it's more organic. It's a community event, y'all. Welcome to what it felt like to be on the SA forums when streams were just becoming a thing. We've gone back in time to the good old days. Except there's no low tax to tell us we're wrong. Alright, I'm gonna get these files sent over, but I need my bandwidth to get it uploaded to my Google Drive because these files are large. So thank you, everybody. And you guys have a fabulous rest of your day. Oh, fuck, it's Sunday! We can go watch Arcade Pit in like an hour! Yeah, 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 yeah!